Welcome back to another episode of Life in the Stands podcast. We have Jake and Zach on the podcast today. We are a little bit closer to the camera today, and Bender's trying to hold it together, but we're excited to be back on the podcast. It's Thanksgiving, so lots of fun NFL games going on. I want to thank everyone for watching and listening. It is Thanksgiving, so we're very thankful for all of our listeners, viewers, all those kinds of things. Remember to drop us a like and a comment of what you'd like to hear and see about next. And with that, Bender, we have a lot of Thanksgiving stuff to go over. So we're going to talk about the three NFL games, obviously. We're going to talk about some fun stats on Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about some fun NFL moments that have happened on Thanksgiving, the butt fumble. But first, let's jump into just those three games. The first one is the Bears. So you got the Bears and the Lions. The Bears are 20-15-2 all time on Thanksgiving. The Lions are 37-45-2 on Thanksgiving. The Lions have played the most ever games on Thanksgiving. Who do you think wins this one?
The Bears look like absolute trash right now, and the Lions are rolling. So I think the Bears are just going to be put under the ground this weekend. To be honest with you, Caleb Williams does not look like the beginning of the season. Caleb Williams, and yeah, the Lions are the Lions, and I had them as Super Bowl favorites going into this year, and I think it's just plain as day that they're the favorites to at least make it there. Maybe not the winners, but
Especially with San Francisco not healthy and not playing well. I mean, the Eagles are probably their biggest threat, but staying on the Lions, yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick against them right now. They're just rolling. If Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions in a game and they still win it, it's hard to it's hard to bet against that team. So with where the Lions are at and where the Bears are at, the Bears have so much to figure out. They play in a tough division. Caleb Williams does not look like the beginning of the season. Caleb Williams. The coaching staff is upended. Who knows what's going to happen the rest of the season with the coaching staff? Next year with the coaching staff, seems like a lot of the players in that building are checked out. So Lions definitely in this one. On to the next game, Bender. Giants and Cowboys. Giants are 7-6-3 all time on Thanksgiving. Cowboys are 33-22-1. Giants Cowboys, no more Daniel Jones. DeVito looks like he's not going to play, so I think it's going to be Drew Lock getting the start for the Giants. We got a Drew Lock versus Cooper Rush Thanksgiving game on our hands, Bender. This is half entertainment, half football.
I don't want to watch. I just don't want to watch. Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day suck to begin with. To be honest, I feel like it's a letdown every time I go to watch. Yeah, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Oh, sit down and watch the Cowboys.
Yeah, y'all play
Yeah,
a
because
lot on
that's
Thanksgiving too. Y'all play a ton on Thanksgiving. I think you're the second most all time.
yeah. But people ask what my plans are, and I say I'm gonna watch a Cowboys game, and then the Cowboys just choke the chicken and absolutely shit themselves every time. So I have no hope at all. I don't even know how we beat the Commanders at this point. Maybe the Commanders are frauds. Maybe.
Maybe the
Maybe.
Steelers broke them. Maybe.
Also that they got figured out mid-season, or Jaden Daniels got figured out mid-season.
Gee, they got figured out maybe.
But
Maybe Cliff Kingsbury.
oh,
Oh,
crazy. Um, but no, I don't. I don't trust our team to save my life. And Drew Lock can still win a game potentially. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Maybe him coming in and the energy that he brings might win them one game. Maybe.
yeah. This one's easy for me. I got Giants all the way. Giants
I
all
don't
the
want
way.
to say I don't want to say Giants, but I have to say Giants just because it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys. I mean, all the things you mentioned, and I think the Cowboys have far underperformed expectations. The Giants are probably just about where everyone thought they would be. So, in terms of that, it's it's not that bad. Um, so, moving on to the last game here, Dolphins versus Packers. We have the Dolphins at 5-2 all time on Thanksgiving, and the Packers at 15-20-2 all time on Thanksgiving.
I think it's an easy choice here. The Packers are going to win this game because Tua cannot handle the cold. And that is the most simple answer you'll ever hear from me. But Tua struggles, especially if you look at his games in Buffalo. I think that will translate right to Green Bay, if I'm being honest. And Green Bay's easily a playoff team as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Green Bay will make the playoffs. I agree. This is just kind of an overmatched game. It also feels like teams moving in different directions. The Dolphins, their season's just been upended, with the Tua injury and and everything that happened with that, with Tyreek getting arrested and that being the only game he's gone over 100 yards. I mean, there's just been a lot of stuff with the Dolphins, so it feels like the Packers are a more consistent team at this point. We'll probably rock with them. That being said, Bender, that's kind of all of the NFL Thanksgiving Day games. Let's jump into some of the best moments. Let's see if you remember some of these. I mentioned the butt fumble. Um, Mark
Yes.
Sanchez, the butt fumble. That happened on Thanksgiving. I never really remembered that it happened on Thanksgiving, but that was the Thanksgiving Day game.
I didn't remember that either. Um, but I did remember the moment. So once you said that, that's why I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Because that
yeah,
is one of the
yeah.
funniest things. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen outside of Dan Orlovsky running out the back of the end zone like there was not an out of bounds line.
Right. It's iconic.
Yeah.
It really is. It's an iconic moment in NFL history. Another iconic moment in NFL history, probably the most used meme graphic of our time. Randy Moss against the Cowboys. Speaking of Cowboys being let down, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards. That was a Thanksgiving Day game.
I do remember that because every time somebody gets a stat line close to it, it's always what they compare to.
That is
Always.
the meme. That's what they use. Yeah. So, and then finally, just because I have to include something about the Steelers, and like everything we do, the Ravens won 22-20 against the Steelers in 2013. But rest in peace, Jacoby Jones was a fantastic kick returner. It was also a Thanksgiving Day game when Mike Tomlin was on the field in front of Jacoby Jones on that return, and
Uh,
it would have been a return for a touchdown. And Mike Tomlin literally was on the field and like helped corral Jacoby Jones back in to make the tackle. This drew a penalty, but they didn't score a touchdown on that
you know
drive.
what he was doing. That's the right play, coach.
Iconic. Iconic. Lots of awesome moments on Thanksgiving. I'm sure there will be a lot more this year. We're going to end the episode with four kind of lightning round, I guess we can call these quick takes or rapid fires. But four questions here for Bender on some Thanksgiving Day stats. I will give some hints. A lot of these are like, think Cowboys, Lions, because those are the teams that have played the most on Thanksgiving. So think players on those teams. But with that, we're going to go the opposite direction in the first question. Which team has never played on Thanksgiving? There's only one in the NFL.
Only one's never played.
Mm-hmm. We have
And no,
hated on them a lot in this podcast. We are not big fans of this team.
we.
I feel like we
We.
collectively have not had a whole lot of good things to say about this team all year.
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, correct. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Jaguars have never played a game on Thanksgiving. Okay, who has the most touchdowns on Thanksgiving in a single game?
Doesn't matter what position. Are we talking quarterbacks? Are we talking
Quarterbacks, like most passing touchdowns in a single game. It's two of them
uh,
actually. Two people tied with six.
two people? I think one's Matthew Stafford.
Good guess, but no.
Oh,
He is the all-time leader in passing yards all
all
time on Thanksgiving.
time, all time, all time.
Single game passing
Aikman?
touchdown. Not Aikman. Okay,
Oh
so I'll give
my.
you one. One of them is Bob Greasy in 1973.
Oh God.
The other one is more recent, much more recent,
Much more recent.
early 2000s, 2003 to be exact.
Brother. I'm gonna need help on this one.
It's
Uh,
Peyton Manning.
who?
Peyton Manning is the other person that has
Oh,
played for 6 touchdowns on
God damn.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, Peyton
I'm over
Manning.
here thinking who plays on Thanksgiving all the
Yeah,
goddamn time. But
yeah,
it could be any team. Yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
All right, so now we'll go all-time career, not just a single game. Who has the most touchdown catches on Thanksgiving? Think Cowboys Lions players
I'm gonna say Megatron.
is Megatron. Megatron
Yeah.
with 11. He has 11 touchdowns on
Dude
Thanksgiving.
used to be on my fantasy football team, and I would only watch the Lions games because they're god awful when he played. I would only watch Lions games because of him, so I knew he went off on Thanksgiving all the time.
What if Megatron was there now with like in his prime with the rest of that Lions team? That would have been insane. But last question here, and then we'll wrap it up. This one is probably the hardest, although I know you like this guy from our Madden playing days. Again, think Cowboys and Lions players. Bit of a funky name. Who has the most career sacks all time on Thanksgiving Day?
Is it Ndamukong Suh?
It is not. No, that's a good
Ah,
guess. That's a good guess. It's not an Ndamukong Suh. It's an edge rusher. It is an edge.
edge rusher, edge rusher.
That was a really good guess.
Shit. Uh, now you got me thinking because
Also, last name starts with an A. Oh, sorry. No, I'm
oh,
thinking
you're
of a
tripping.
person here. Last name starts with an A. There you go.
Last name starts with an A, brother. No, just tell me.
All right, Ezekiel Ansah.
Oh God,
Yeah, that when I saw that name, I was like, oh, gross.
speedy little guy on the
Yeah,
edge.
okay, but
Yeah,
Ezekiel Ansah has 8.5 sacks all time on
he
Thanksgiving Day in Thanksgiving Day
really,
games. So,
of all people, it's
of all
him.
people, Ezekiel
Like
Ansah.
he was great when he played, but of all people,
I also just feel like though, what's crazy for that for me is like the window where he was great was so short. Like it wasn't like he
yeah,
was great for like 5, 10 years. I feel like it was like 2, 3 solid years where he was like okay, like 15 sacks a year for like 3 years, and then it
it
was
was like 2 to 3 years. Got paid, got hurt, out.
yeah. So in those 3 years, then it had to have happened that fast. Makes you think what you wonder like what will Aiden Hutchinson do in
He'll be fine. I mean, his physical abilities is ridiculous.
yeah, he's gonna catch up to that record, I think. But this has been another episode of Life in the Stands podcast. We wanted to get out a quick one for you guys on Thanksgiving. Thankful again for everyone watching and listening. Remember to like and subscribe, leave us a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next episode.